back to the daily grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. You know what time it is. It's full time
MMA.
After being canceled due to Ray Borg falling ill, not missing weight, a lot of you got that confused. Ray Borg fell ill. He did not miss weight, and since he fell ill, the main event was canceled of UFC 215. But we've got good news, ladies and gentlemen. The UFC has officially rebooked Demetrious Johnson versus Ray Borg for UFC 216, and it's probably going to be the main event. The only other title fight on that card is Kevin Lee versus Tony Ferguson for the interim championship, and I don't see how they would have an interim championship, the main event, over a real championship on the line. And not to mention, Demetrious Johnson versus Ray Borg was going to be headlining over Amanda Nunes, which is actually fucking powerful considering Amanda Nunes headlined UFC 200 as well as UFC 207 versus Ronda Rousey. So Demetrious Johnson, he's getting a little respect from the UFC with his placement on the cards as of late. You can say they were just punishing Amanda, but either way, I don't see how they're going to have an interim championship, the main event, over a regular championship. So I do think this will be the main event. That's 2 title fights on the card. We've also got Werdum versus Derek Lewis, heavyweight top contender fight. We've also got Paige Van Zandt moving up to a new division to face Jessica Evil Eye moving down to a new division. With the women's flyweight division, they'll be meeting in the middle, which opens up the possibility. I mean, it's really kicking off that division. The division is here, 125-pound women's division. That fight's really kicking it off, along with the Ultimate Fighter season 26, which is currently going on now. Coaches being Eddie Alvarez and Justin Gaethje. So this is going to be a fucking great card. On top of those 4 fights I mentioned, we've also got a couple other fights that you might care about. We've also got Mark Godbeer versus Walt Harris, Beneil Dariush versus Evan Dunham, Will Brooks versus Nick Lentz. We've also got, who else is on the card? Bobby Green versus Lando Venata. Pearl Gonzalez is coming back to fight Poliano Botello. We've got John Moraga on the card versus Magomed Bibulatov. Talis Latis versus Brad Tavares. Let's fucking go. It's a stacked card. It's going to be a great night of fights. UFC 216, October 7th. We've got 2 title fights. I think this should be a big card. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I do know, I really feel like this card is worth the money. I mean, it was damn near worth the money without Demetrious Johnson being added on, just with the interim title fight. The winner fights Conor McGregor. The winner should fight Conor McGregor out of Tony Ferguson and Kevin Lee. We don't know what's going to happen, if Conor McGregor's going to vacate his belt, if he's going to get stripped, if they're going to somehow let Nate Diaz skip the interim title holder, which I don't think will happen. But either way, UFC 215 is almost fully set. It hasn't been announced. As soon as it's fully announced and fully set, I'll do my predictions and all of that. But with that being said, Demetrious Johnson's looking to break Anderson Silva's record for title defenses, most UFC title defenses, at UFC 216. 1 month later than scheduled, but better late than never. It is what it is. Let the haters know what the fuck you talking about in the comments, dude. I'm a professional sleeper. I'm so good at sleeping, I can even do it with my eyes closed.